And we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to A Certain Point of View. And it is a two-man show today. Ladies are out.
Guys night.
We've had quite a bit of guys, not quite a bit. We've had two guys nights recently. They're just getting a little. It's hard to lock them down. It's hard to lock them
celebrities.
Jill and Molly are both anomalies, and we can only get them when we get them.
Yeah.
No, real talk. Jill, she's usually out on Wednesdays. She has work. As well as family time. And then Molly, you will not see all week long. She's on vacay. She is up and out of here. So she'll be back next week, or via Sunday, I should say. And so we're here. We're back for some movie trivia Schmoedown reactions. We got a banger today, everybody. We got a banger. We have an IG matchup in the tournament. It is the rematch we've all been waiting for from last year's tournament. We have Saul, we have Brandon Hanna, and a chance at the second round of the tournament. So before we get to all that, Brian, how you doing, my man?
Doing good. Just surviving in this Mad Max looking outside that Northern California is right now with these wildfires. Literally it's orange outside. But other than that, doing good. Just finished finishing part 2 of my Rogue One podcast with Billy and his good friend Raul on their See You Next Summer podcast. We talked a little Rogue One, so check that out. Maybe next week.
I love Mad Max, but there's no way, shape, or form that our world should actually look like Mad Max. It's pretty bad outside. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll see I actually reposted a video of someone who recorded their flight coming into Northern California, and you can't see a single thing. It's covered.
I believe it.
We're in an awful stage right now here in NorCal. It sucks. But yeah, no. I have a question, and I don't know if you can answer this, Brian, or Billy can. But why is the podcast called See You Next Summer? If it's every week? I'm interested.
It's a show that they watch, I believe. It is crap.
He'll answer it. He's in the chat. So
I know. I'm trying. I want to remember it on my own though. Crap. Damn it. I forgot what it's called. Gravity Falls. That's what it was.
Okay.
It's a reference to that show.
Billy put it in the chat basically the same time. So
yeah. But yeah. It's a fun podcast. Go listen to it. I've been on it. That is my second. I did. Oh, God, it was so long ago. Billy, you might have to remind me. I did Rogue One, which is coming out, I think, next week, maybe. And then I'm going to say crap a lot, probably. No, I'm kidding. I'll try to stop. I forget what other one I did. Billy, you have to remind me.
Didn't you do a Star Wars one? No, you did Empire Strikes Back. I did
Star Wars?
I did Return of the Jedi.
Oh. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I did Return of the Jedi and you did Empire.
That probably makes sense.
Anyway, we're not here.
We talked about one that I'm going to do in the future. Oh, so excited.
Oh God, I was just going to say, oh yeah, Chuck, I wanted to bring that up as a comment. Guys, if you're interested, thank you. The Q&A was awesome this month. Very, very fun time. If you're interested, go check out our Patreon. A lot of cool things happening over there. And our bar trivia is happening. And if you are interested, bar trivia is Jurassic Park themed this month. It's Jurassic Park themed, and we're only doing the first 3 movies. We're not doing the world movies as of right now. And then I also wanted to mention, I know Farrell had mentioned it in the chat, the Pride match, the exhibition match was today for Schmoedown. You'll see a reaction from us at some point on that match. It might not be right away. It might not be immediate, but we do have both Top Gun and Pride to do. And we will be planning those for when we can fit them in, if there's not a match this day or if we want to do a random match or whatever it may be, because I know Jill and Molly both want to do that as well. So you will see that later on from us. But yeah.
Hold on. And to Mick, heart to you. I saw your comment.
Mick, you rock, man. Especially it's 2 a.m. where you are, and you're killing it, dude. Yeah, let's get into this match today because we have an IG matchup, a rematch that's been months in the making. And it only happened because Saul did lose at Collision to Amaru Moses earlier this year.
Yes, he did.
And he is back in the first round of the tournament and getting some more points to the end, possibly up against his bitter rival, Mr. Brandon Hanna, for the Stars. Brandon Hanna for the Stars here today. Brian, I'll just go to you right off the bat, man. Who you thinking? Who you picking? Why? What are the details on this one?
I want the Hitman to do his job and be that Hitman and take Saul out of this tournament. So I'm going with Brandon on this one. Get the Stars some points. It might.
I mean, they need it. They need it.
Yeah.
They're coming down to the wire where it's like, okay.
Is it the unconventional pick being of where Saul has been? Yes.
I don't think it's unconventional, though, to be honest.
No, really?
I think I'm going Saul, and it's strictly because I think Saul is just a stronger player. That's just what I'm basing it off of. But I think Brandon Hanna has made great strides as an IG player since he's entered the league. We saw him make that incredible comeback up against Zipper. Was that earlier? That was earlier this year, I want to say. I do think he can go either way. I think Saul's a little bit more just stronger at this moment in time, but I would not walk away from this surprise at all if Brandon Hanna walked away with the W, like at all, because I think he's a very, very good IG player.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I like Brandon, and especially when he's
one of the guys that you want to see win. He's one of the guys.
Yeah, of course.
Win, you know, so. All right, let's get to it. We'll go and bring it up. We have Christian and Ken on the desk today. Let's have a little fun as we see who moves on to the second round.
A few knife fights on the Lower East Side. So I don't know if pressure's a thing, but sometimes maybe you get in your head about wanting to prove what you already know.
Real quick, while we wait
for
the promo, there is a poll in the chat.
Hannah's pretty convinced in his own mind that he's great. And you know what? I don't disagree with that. I like the guy. I'm here to see what he's
big number.
All right, let's see how we got where we are. A lot of heat between these guys. Here we go.
Saul.
So cool.
Kate. The Den. Well, I'll tell you what's right in front of you. Judgment Day.
Keep whistling through the graveyard, Brandon. Because when people do that...
What a glow up for Brandon Hanna.
Seriously.
I want to be Brandon Hanna when I grow up.
Enjoy the smack talk.
When I glow up, I want to be Brandon Hanna.
Nothing
minus
more
the
than
Mets
a
fan part.
live phone call that got through the line one too many times.
It left some scar tissue. And that acquainted me with a very lonely, dark feeling that I have no interest in ever meeting again.
Palladium, wrong movie, buddy. Wrong movie. Great attempt. Great attempt. You know what we call attempts in this league? Losses. So.
I love a snarky person.
If you look at what Brandon Hanna did last season, he's very selfish. There's something that Roxy has done where he said, okay, look, you know, I took this one on the chin, but now I'm going to brush myself off and I'm just going to play again.
I think I finally have a manager who gets me, understands me, who sees my value, knows my worth.
How bad do you want to face Brandon Hanna again? Tell me.
I want it more than I want my next breath. You know, I have a vision board with this kid's head on it, all right? I will extinguish Brandon Hanna. Brandon Hanna sure as hell knows it. He knows I'm coming. He knows his Intergeekdom career has to collide with me.
Well, Christian made that decision, but that's true.
My preparation was not what it should have been. I'd altered it because of the logistical issues with traveling, and I know better.
So we're bringing the intensity back. Okay, we're gonna come angry, and that's how it's gonna go.
He does scare me, I'll be honest.
I play.
Oh, yeah.
Just know that.
He's a little too intense for me.
This is a guy that gets mad at himself for going to multiple choice.
Yeah, Saul's gonna be fired up.
He's furious.
Not only is Saul going into the tournament now, he gets to face the hitman, Brandon Hanna, and you know that he wanted that match, and that match is going to happen now.
Brandon should have just let me win. The Schmoedown would have been a much calmer place. Anyone who thinks they're going to be playing me this year at any point, go ahead. Walk around thinking I'm at my ceiling.
My lord, can we get a glow-up picture of Mr. Hanna, please?
I mean, there's a lot of people who don't
I know,
don't have updated pictures, but it needs to happen. I know Brian Ward said it before. Yeah, please send me some new photos.
Yeah, no love lost there.
Yeah, this
Ken,
is going to be
between
very
both
fun.
Saul
It's going to be
and
very fun between
Hanna,
these two. I'm sure
both
there's going to be a
taking
lot of crap
shots at each
talking.
other. Hanna very
I
confident
even
that
saw
he
it in
will
the
win
chat
this
because, and
match
I know
once
that
again and get himself
Roxy
back
was at this
into
moment in time
the
filming a
Inner Geekdom
movie.
spotlight. And it's
Apparently,
interesting because Roxy Stryer,
our
not
favorite
able to
Chrissy
be
V
here
is
today.
taking over
First
as
time
manager.
Christy
No,
V
that better,
will be managing
they better
Brandon Hanna.
be.
How will
Leo,
that have
you
an
better be
effect?
telling
What
the
will
truth.
dynamic
Don't
be
get
with
me
Christy and
excited.
Brandon, as
Which
you
is
know,
very cool.
is not someone who likes to just be
to
managed
see
by
her as
anybody.
manager, especially as a
So
rookie
will he have
stepping
a
in. That's
good
very, very
dynamic
cool.
with Christy? I guess we're gonna find out.
Oh,
Hey, you know what? The manager role can make or break you. I know. I broke a lot of people,
God.
so I'm interested to see what
She
a
is
new
one of
face,
my
a
new
new voice,
favorite
a new,
people
a bit of a vice
in
in your
the
ear. What
space.
that can do, that's a wild card as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. 3 rounds.
Thank you, Peggy.
In the Inner Geekdom.
What are you going to do,
Peggy?
You better be sub manager when Kate's unavailable.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Peggy, you'd be a great manager.
Representing
Yeah, she would.
the Stars with a record of 4 wins, 4 defeats.
Oh, Chuck, I'm so
and
glad you
1
listened to it.
knockouts. He is Brandon Hitman Hanna. Brandon, the Hitman Hanna. Brandon, we haven't seen you in a little bit. Here you are.
The Jufro.
Got to ask you, man. I did see you in the
The
audience.
Jufro without being a
Collision.
Jew.
You were there watching that
I know.
match.
That's just what it's
How did you feel? I saw the big smile on your face when you heard TKO when Moses won. What were you thinking? You knew you were getting Saul right away, didn't you?
I did, and first of all, I'd like to say, what's up, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Brandon Show. This is the show
Oh,
once a year, and what do we do on the show?
goodness.
We make Saul's life a living hell, and how do we do that? Well, we utterly embarrass him at movie trivia in the Schmoedown Inner Geekdom tournament. We got a great show for you here today. We're going to talk about how Saul's never won a 3-round match. He's never answered a 5-pointer correctly, and he gets TKO'd by some guy whose biggest.
Ooh, Goddard's a good
accomplishment was
choice, Peggy,
beating
but I think he'd
Bruce
be a good choice, too.
Haas,
Yeah,
I suppose.
agreed.
And we're going to talk about Ken Knapsack on the desk. Wow, didn't see that coming. Good help must be hard to come by these days. But before we get into all that, let me answer your question, Christian.
Okay, a little bit of the
I love
old
seeing
Brandon
Saul get
Hanna
TKO'd,
coming
and I
out.
knew I was
love
going to
it.
play him next, and I was like, that's what I get to do next. TKO Saul. Wow. Sucks for him, but great for me.
Ken?
I mean, I don't get it. I love Brad. I love his, his new look. He's loosey goosey. Looks like he's at the free drink hour at a business conference. I'm here for him, and he just attacks me, Christian. I'm hurt.
Well, I mean, that would make sense. You look at the history, and there's this history
wasn't
between
near the
not only
camera.
No,
Hanna
the
and you,
microphone.
but Hanna, you
I'm
got.
gonna say
look,
he was
Saul has
getting
been
his
talking
dinner.
before the tournament,
Probably.
before Moses, how he's wanted this rematch with you, how he's wanted to show you that was a fluke last time. How do you feel about the words of
What's
what
up,
Saul has
Tyler?
said and the
What's going on,
gimmick
man?
infringement?
Hello.
Well, it's absolutely no fluke at all. And Ken, I love.
I
that
also
you
want
brought
to
up
give
my
a
shirt.
shout
I actually
out if
stole
he's
this
still
out of
around,
Jacoby's
Jason,
closet. It fits
put
like
in a
glove.
comment
Imagine that.
like 3
But no,
hours
yeah,
before we started
not a
saying
fluke
that
at
he
all.
was
I can't
back
wait to
from
beat
the
Saul
dead,
again. I don't know
so-
why the polls are
Yay.
skyrocketed in
What's
his
up, man?
favor when
Glad to
again
have you
he's never
back.
beaten someone not a
You
part
have
of the Real
listened.
Rejects YouTube channel. No offense to those guys. They're great competitors, but they're not on my level. And the last time I played someone on my level, Amaru, he got TKO'd. And the last time before that, he played me and he lost. And it's going to happen again. And again, I feel bad for the guy, honestly, but I'm just here to have fun. I'm here to play movie trivia, and I'm here to, embarrass Saul on a yearly basis. See you next year.
All right. Well, look, you could potentially do that once again in the first round. So
All
thank
right.
you, Brandon Hanna. We'll see you in just a minute. And his opponent, representing the Den, with a record of 2 wins, 2 defeats, and 2 knockouts. This is Saul, all business, liking the look here, my friend, and I know you have to sit back and listen to Brandon Hanna talk. Thoughts, comments, what do you got?
Brandon Hanna has a weak heart, and I'm going to rip it out of his chest.
Ken?
Wow, I think that was a line from Last Mohicans, and I'm backing off of this man in an alley.
All right, so Saul, I gotta ask. It
They're
seems
just
like
like,
you don't want to do much talking.
they
Today.
don't know what to
Normally, it's
say.
the Saul show.
Yeah.
There's an intro. There's a monologue. Is any of that still anything that you want to do? You want to just get down and take on the Hitman?
This is a very special episode of the Saul Show. Very special. And by the way, Brandon, speak a little faster. It's not like we don't know you're nervous or anything. Just speak a little faster there, Sonic.
All right, listen. I think we've heard enough here, Saul. Although Saul, I got to ask you, man, before we get into it, I know you want to play, and I get it. Coming up, there wasn't too long ago where you had that match against Amaru Moses. Knowing right away that you're going to get Hanna, does that inspire you right away, or do you have to kind of lick your wounds first before you start training to take on the Hitman?
I'm just correcting a deviant timeline. It doesn't. My opponent doesn't alter my preparation. I've said that time and time again. This is no different. I am just taking out some trash and I'm fixing a mistake from last year. That's all this is.
Really good.
All right. Well, good luck
Bill
to you,
the
sir. And now we're
Butcher
going to
is
bring
a
in
good
Brandon.
comparison.
That is
Our
really
competitors
good.
are here. Round number one is about to begin.
Stuart.
Ken, what are the rules?
All right, everybody.
All right,
Thank
my
you so
friends,
much for
listen
joining
up.
us
I think
today.
you know,
Hope everyone's
but let's
having a
get
great
on the
week,
same
great
page.
Wednesday.
Each competitor here will get
Before we
10
start,
questions from 10 different corners of
I
the
wanted to make
Schmoedown
sure that we
Intergeekdom
mentioned that
universe.
things a little
There's
different
no
as far as
penalty
trivia
for
goes
missing
for
questions
us.
in round one, and
If
there
you've
is
not joined
no
us before, when it's
stealing
just
in
the
round
two
one.
of us or
Questions are
two
worth
people,
point,
we
and,
play old
Christian and I will
school
be asking
rules
these.
here.
And
And
alternating
old school
fashion,
rules
competitors
is when
will have
Brian and
15
I
seconds
first
to
started
write
this.
down their best attempt and an
So
answer
we
on
do
the
whiteboards in the
whiteboard.
first round.
Once we
Answer
ask you by
question.
name or nickname,
The second
please
round,
show
we
that you
flip a
wrote
coin.
what you wrote to the camera.
Brian
Who
picks
has
the wrong
answer?
person.
Give the mic
The
to
winner
the
of the
competitors.
coin
Three
flip
uses
gets to pick
of
the
the
competitor that they
JTE
want
rule
to
throughout
play
the
with
duration of the match.
in the
Not sure
second
you heard the
round.
question
So
right,
we'll
but by
only
yourself
be
in
playing with
15
one
seconds.
player in the second
Use
round.
that rule. Each
Steals apply,
competitor
2 points
also
versus 1
has
point.
one challenge to
And
them
then the
that can be
third round,
utilized
a
at
coin
any
flip
point
also
during the match.
happens.
Competitors may initiate the
But the
challenge,
person,
will
or
bring in your manager.
excuse me,
It'll be up to the
the
manager
third round,
to
a coin flip
confirm
doesn't
and
happen. The
ratify
person who is
challenge
losing gets
is
to pick the
taking
competitor
place.
they
We also
want to
ask
go with.
competitors keep their hands up.
And so
wherever
we
can
don't
see
answer
them
every single
the
question.
entire
We'll
duration.
walk you through like steals and stuff like that
All
as
right,
it
so
goes. But
Saul's
it's a little bit
green
more
screen
competitive,
has
a little bit
gotten
more fun that
dramatically
way.
better, and Brandon
I might get
Hanna is ready to go.
a round or a
So
category I
ask
don't
you,
like,
Saul,
and vice
are you
versa for
ready?
Brian. So we'll see how it goes.
Brandon, are you ready?
Saul, let me say at a pace.
And
you
yes,
can
Brian is right.
understand.
Typically, it goes
I am
against him.
ready.
Yeah.
Just
Second
as brilliant
round.
as ever.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. 3 rounds in the Inner Geekdom.
I am curious.
All right, Ken, I'm glad
Like,
you're getting a kick
if
out
we
of
did a
two people who
shouty
just don't
version.
like each other.
Christian, you know I don't laugh at anything.
Do you want to do our version right now? The two of us?
All right,
I
here
don't
we go.
care.
We're going to start with graphic novels. All right.
You
We
want
can
me to
decide
go
here in a
first?
You do the evens.
We'll play the first round and see how we're
Okay.
feeling.
Okay.
Which 2014 graphic novel adaptation from director Stuart Beattie features the characters Dr. Tara Wade, Gideon, and Zuriel?
Did Saul move to the suburbs between the intros and now?
Well, he's got a great green screen, as I was mentioning, Ken. It looks like
Why does that sound so familiar?
it's a
2014?
nice. I feel like
The
I left
only
some iced
graphic
tea.
novels I really
And
know
5,
is Sin City
4,
and 300.
2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And we start with Saul.
I Frankenstein?
Oh God, I
Yes,
would have never
Brandon.
pulled that.
I didn't have it. I guess I just
That movie's
tomorrow.
terrible. I
All
would
right,
have never pulled
so
that.
Saul goes up 1-0.
Yeah, wait,
And
did
now
Saul
we have question
Saul
two.
went outside?
Question 2,
He was in a
gentlemen,
different
is
room.
the category of
Yeah.
Star Wars. Hey, we've heard of
A
it.
Star Wars
Here's the question.
IG.
Did you hear that? Is the first line spoken in what Star Wars film?
It's because
So
Ken's
you wanna hear
here.
something funny is that we have a new sponsor, and I've been looking up some audiobooks, Ken.
Yeah.
Subscribed, and the first thing I see in Star Wars was your book. 5, 4. I listened to some of it. 3,
Oh, son of a
2,
bitch. I wrote the wrong one.
1. Hands down, hands up,
I
please.
know
We'll
it.
start with Brandon Hanna.
I put The Force Awakens. It's A New Hope. Damn it.
Correct. And Saul.
A New Hope.
I was thinking
Yes, sir.
Uh,
So Saul,
the trailer.
not a very confident Brandon Hanna
Oh,
answer, but
stupid.
nevertheless, he
Stupid,
gets it
stupid,
right.
stupid.
And
It's
now-
that's. I mean, that's
That's fair enough. Here's the
a
third
good mix-up though. It's not a bad
question
mix-up.
for you guys.
Yeah.
Comic book movies. You'll find Deados or Dedos, Deados, monsters disguised as
I hate
humans
that I
that
know this.
refuse
Oh
to
my
move
God.
onto the afterlife. In what film? I think I said that right, Ken. I'm not sure.
You know, in Inner Geekdom, you and I are going to mess up.
I am going to
everything,
take
and the comments
a
are going to hate
guess.
us, but we're here. And what are you going to do?
I think they understand actually. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down.
Dead man.
And
R.I.P.D.
Saul.
Jesus.
R.I.P.D.
I hate that I know
And
this.
Brandon.
R.I.P.D.
Saul keeps his lead 3-2 over Brandon Hanna as we get to question 4.
All right, question 4 comes in the category of Batman. Batman. Which actress plays Catwoman in Batman the movie? I like keeping score at home, Christian, like I'm watching the Orioles.
The
and
original?
Yankees in
I don't
1989.
know.
Did you watch the other day? Did you watch the Phillies match?
I watched
can't
some
even pull
highlights,
name
and the
from
last
back then
highlight made
in
me
that
cry,
time
but it was
period.
great.
Great, me too.
I have no
2.
idea.
1.
Nothing.
Pens down. Hands up, please. And we start with Brandon Hanna.
Lee Merriweather.
Yes. And Saul.
Lee Merriweather.
All right.
You got it. All right. So Saul.
Not gonna
has
lie,
not
up until
missed
he
yet,
started
and
saying like
Brandon Hanna only
3,
down
2,
by
1, I was
1,
thinking of
4-3,
the Lego Batman.
as we get into question 5. Transformers.
Oh, okay.
In what film will you hear the quote? I'm asking you to look at all the junk and see the treasure. You got to have faith, Prime, in who we can be.
Well done, Christian. Christian, what was your first Transformer toy?
I want to tell you that it was the actual Optimus Prime truck, the ones that you could, that probably weighed like 87 tons. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Please repeat
1.
the question.
First one.
okay.
For Saul.
Please repeat the question. Please repeat the question.
I got you. Here it is. In what film will you hear the quote? I'm asking you to look at all the junk and see the treasure. You got to have faith, Prime, in who we can be. Saul using his first.
Saul has the intensity of a hitman late for work.
Oh my god.
He does. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I said Age of
Hands
Extinction.
down.
That's what I said too.
Please, and we're going to start.
It sounds like Mark
with Saul.
Wahlberg.
Saul,
Well, because
what do
he's
you
a
got?
junkyard dealer or whatever.
Saul, what do you got?
Last night I didn't.
Incorrect. Brandon Hanna?
Transformers the movie.
Also incorrect. Looking for Transformers Age of Extinction.
Let's go, Jake.
Nice.
Age of Extinction.
It sounds
All right,
like Mark
so
Wahlberg.
we are now going to question.
He deals with junk. He
number
sells
6.
junk.
Well,
where
that
Question
he
number
go-
6 comes
he
in the
always says,
category
like,
of Wizarding
Prime's
World.
name.
Wizarding
Like,
World.
We got to do this,
In
Prime.
the Crimes of Grindelwald, what type of bird is the Lestrange family emblem? All
I think it's
You ever get
specific.
drunk on butterbeer, which is non-alcoholic?
Yeah, sugar drunk.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
5, 4, 3,
Let's put a bird down.
2.
I'm pretty
1.
sure.
Pens down.
Sparrow?
Hands up,
Raven.
please. We start with Brandon Hanna.
It's a raven.
Ah!
Yes, and Saul.
Yes. Okay, good.
Saul. He's way behind.
What is
Saul?
happening?
Saul.
What is happening?
Uh-oh.
Is he
I'm
in
surprised
multiverse?
they left this in.
Yeah. Is this the multiverse? That's why they made a funny
Saul,
joke.
turn it over. Turn it over, brother. All right. We got to figure something out here.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to. Hannah. You're right. Yeah, we don't know what's going on there. You got it, Saul. But we got to figure something out.
The dings.
All right,
of
now
the-
question 8. Whoa! Magic. Saul just appeared somewhere
I
else.
missed
All
that
right,
one.
so now we are gonna get to question 10. This is question 7. Excuse me, question 7, and this is dystopian time travel. All right,
What a
here
good
we go.
sport Brandon Hanna is.
He doesn't care.
Character of Raven, just kidding. The T-800 has begun living as a human
this.
and goes by what name in
Oh.
Terminator Dark Fate?
You know what, Rachel?
Dystopian time
you
travel.
take
Clearly
your
what
smack
Saul's
talk-
been doing this entire match, popping around. Now
Leave
he's
it
in
in-
an
leave it in
IKEA.
Arizona.
Crazy.
Well, whatever it is, he popped up in good internet this time, so I'm all right with it.
Come find me something
And
else that isn't Harry
5,
Potter. Eh?
4, 3, 2,
I'm just gonna.
1.
Carl!
Hands up, and Saul.
Did you write
Carl.
Sarah?
Yes.
I
And Brandon.
don't know. I just
Carl.
literally
Okay,
wrote
so
a name.
it is now 6-5. Saul clinging to a 1-point lead as we get to question 8.
Question 8 comes in the category of Star Trek. Which actress plays Dr. Carol Marcus, a science officer who uses the pseudonym Carol Wallace to board the Enterprise in Star Trek Into Darkness?
I don't know her name. Damn it.
Think of she's
Hold
out
on.
of
Yeah,
she's
listen,
out of
you know,
my league.
Gotta get that right.
Talking to yourself?
I don't. I
you know,
don't.
that's
I
what-
know exactly who she is,
All of phase 3.
but I
is smoke.
can't.
Talking to myself in the corner.
She's
5, 4.
she's in freaking the Marvel
2,
show too.
1. Pens
Hellcat.
down. Hands up,
Hellcat.
please. Both hands
Yeah,
are Hanna.
that's not her.
Hanna,
Oh,
and now
that's
we
not
got
her?
what? What's your answer, Hanna?
Sorry, I had an itch. Alice Eve.
Yes, and Saul.
Alice Eve.
That is correct on both accounts. So it is
Brandon.
now
I had an itch.
Saul still has that 1 point lead. It is 7-6. As we approach question number 9, we're going to go to a mixed bag of questions here. Mixed bag. Out of the 4 MCU Avengers films, which was the only one to receive no Oscar nominations?
I would hope it would be this one.
I'm not going to say much, Christian, because I don't want to upset Saul's internet.
5, 4,
Brian, is it another
3,
Age of movie?
2.
I think
1.
so.
That's what I
Pens
put
down.
too.
Pens down. Hands up.
It's
And
gotta
we
be out of
are
the
going
4 of
to
those, it's
start-
gotta
It has to be.
Excuse me, with Saul.
The Avengers?
Is incorrect. And Brandon Hanna
I guess it's the same.
looking for Age of Ultron.
Oh my God! Come on.
Come
Those
on,
are
it's
tricks.
gotta be Age of Ultron out of those 4.
Hannah had a chance to tie. Comes up short there, but it's still close. 7-6.
Last
Christian going to
I
10
actually
and
don't
final
hate that
round
movie, but it's
question
my
in
least
round
favorite
one.
of the
Round
4,
one
obviously.
started
Exactly,
last
and that's
Tuesday.
why
Category
it's pretty much
is
everyone.
animated. In the Adventures of Tintin, how many total miniature models of the unicorn exist?
I'm gonna take a guess.
And this is when I'm definitely out of inner geekdom, Christian. I pack up my bags and leave them.
That's it.
Yeah.
Where is it
Oh,
here?
I just showed my number.
We got
I
2, 5,
Don't know.
4, 3.
I just picked my
Two.
favorite.
Repeat the
number.
question. Repeat the question.
Second one for Saul.
All right, coming in. Category is
so aggressive dealing with
animated
that.
in the Adventures of Tintin. How many total miniature models of the unicorn exist? It's like a philosophical question, too.
Very, very tough question. But hey, this is Inner Geekdom. This is the tournament. So
Yeah.
you want to play at the elite level. You got questions like this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I said
Hands
3.
up.
12.
Hands up, please. And Brandon Hanna.
Right?
3.
Yes. Saul.
Oh,
2. Didn't have it.
I've never
Oh, we
seen
have
them.
a-
Oh, there's a tie.
That.
Tie.
Did he-
For the
did he
reason
miss?
Saul,
He
I
missed?
just said 2.
Saul missed
Wow.
and Brandon got it.
Well, how many did
Tie
Saul
game.
answer?
It is 7-7. Brandon Hanna
2.
comes back with
Wow,
a
I've never
big
seen the
pull
Adventures
at
of
the
Tintin.
end, tying
Neither have I.
Saul. All right, so the way this is going to work here,
Interesting,
round number
okay,
2,
all
it is
right.
the wheel round. How's that go, Ken?
Look
Good
at that
match
smirk
so
on
far.
Brandon's face.
Round, you all love
Let's
this
do
round.
Scream
You
Out.
Spin this big virtual
We're gonna
wheel.
play our
Once
normal
you
way.
settle on a category,
We're gonna play our normal
you'll
way.
get
We're not gonna do
5
old school.
questions
No
in that
flip of the
particular
coin.
round. Each
Brian
question
wants
If
is
we-
worth 2 points. Unless
if
you
Jake and
multiple
I
choice,
tie
we'll give you 4 options,
in the
one
chat,
of
I
which
want
is
you
the
guys to
correct
be
answer.
honest.
At that point, the value of the question
I
goes
don't
down
want
one. Stealing,
to
of course,
win off
is
of
available
nonsense.
in this round. We ask competitors to keep
So
their hands
be
up
honest in the
where we
chat
can see them for the entire duration of the match.
if we're gonna do it
All
this
right.
way.
So, Saul, you are the higher ranked
Thank
competitor.
you, Rachel.
And you
You're
are
a doll.
tied, so you have an opportunity to go first or second. What would you like to do?
We'd like to go first, please.
I'd like to go first. All right. So with that, we're going to
We're
remove
seeing a much
Brandon
more
Hanna and bring in Kate.
well,
All right,
wrong
Kate.
term,
60
but
seconds.
at
talk to
moments
Saul.
a much more reserved Saul.
You're playing better than he is right now.
'Cause
I
he's
know
just
this
a
is
little
the
bit
first
more
time,
focused
but
on the tag.
There's a confidence in you.
Yeah.
You're right where you need to be. You are prepped for this. This is your match. That's all I'm going to say to you. Keep taking your time. The use of the JTs was smart. You got to just, you know what? We're not trying to lose by.
He only has
still
one
right.
left.
So
He
you're
does.
doing everything perfectly. The internet's
He
on your
does, he
side now.
does.
Let's do this thing. Let's keep this momentum. You're looking good, my man.
The internet's on your side now.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm
Here's
gonna
the
kick
wheel.
myself for a while
Here's
over
the
that
spin
Star
by
Wars
Saul.
one though.
A New Hope.
Yeah.
It's a tricky
Something's in there,
question,
Ken, as you like to say.
I immediately
Oh,
thought the
sorry, I missed
trailer.
my line.
especially because
All
of the way that
Back
movie
again.
starts.
Spin is
It's
in.
a tricky
Yeah.
Spin
question.
is in.
And it's landing on mixed bag. 60 seconds
Oh,
to decide if
no,
you
thank
want us to
you.
let know.
After taking apes last time, there's
mean-
no way he takes this. No way.
What's
No way.
It's depth. It's 296 films that I have to index statistically. There's better opportunities on the wheel.
Yeah.
Let's
Also,
spin again.
listen, and even if we get opponent's choice at this point, we get mixed bag. It's the same as what if we kept it. So yeah, I agree. Spin it
Please.
again.
Please spin again.
All right, here's the spin.
I wonder
All
what
Out of
so
every-
Saul gets here now.
Out of everything on there, I would take Wizarding World, obviously. What would you take?
On what?
Raven.
Comic book
Raven.
movies.
Raven.
Spider-Man it is. So
I wouldn't take Spider-Man.
We'll take it.
I would take
okay.
probably.
Here we go.
Well, I'll look at it when
So
Brandon. Probably
Saul,
comic
you're
book
gonna get
movies.
5
I would
questions in the realm of Spider-Man. Are you ready, sir?
say dystopian and
I'm ready,
age are
yes.
like the ones that I gravitate
Which
towards.
actress plays the role of Peter Parker's mother, Mary Parker, in The Amazing
I can see
Spider-Man?
her face, but I have no idea.
I haven't seen this movie in
I
forever.
can see her. I have no idea what her name is.
Multiple choice, please.
Okay.
Is it A, Embeth Davidtz, B, Carrie Coleman,
I
C,
like.
Hannah Marks?
I'm gonna
D,
go Hannah
Kelsey
Marks.
Asbill?
Okay. I'm gonna go. I was gonna Carrie Coleman.
C. Hannah Marks.
Incorrect. Brandon, for
Damn
the
it.
steal,
Ooh.
which actress plays the role of Peter Parker's mother?
Come
Mary Parker,
on,
in The
Carrie
Amazing
Coleman.
Spider-Man? Is it A, Embeth Davidtz, B, Carrie Coleman, C, Hannah Marks, D, Kelsey Asbill?
D.
Also incorrect. Looking for Embeth Davidtz.
Oh.
Oh,
The most
Saul.
obscure name of the bunch.
right.
Which Spider-Man villain said the following line? Join me. Imagine
Green
what we
Goblin-
could accomplish
yeah, Green
together,
Goblin.
what we could
Damn it.
create, or we
It's
could
Green,
destroy.
it's Green Goblin.
Yeah.
That is the only villain to say "join me."
Yeah.
The only Spider-Man villain.
The Green Goblin.
It's correct for 2 points.
It's got to be. Yeah.
Question 3.
Good pull, Brian.
Who plays the role
Thank
of
you.
Flash Thompson in both
Joe Manganiello!
Joe Manganiello.
and Spider-Man 3?
I don't know. That's
I-
be honest in the
mean,
chat.
Joe Magniello.
Yeah,
That's
chat.
correct.
Let us know
For 2
because I
points.
think on our sides it's.
And?
But we'll just move on.
For your final, for your 4th question. Which film features the line? That person who helps others simply because it should or must be done and because it is the right thing to do is indeed, without a doubt, a real superhero.
I'm gonna say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I'll say Spider-Man Homecoming.
Can you
Five.
please repeat the question?
And
Please
Jake,
repeat the
you got
question.
the other one.
Last one.
Okay. I
Which
think
film
it's
features
Spider-Verse.
the line? That person who helps others simply because it should or must be done and because it is the right thing to do is indeed, without a doubt, a real superhero.
That sounds like
Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Verse.
Is incorrect, Brandon?
It
Which film features
I
the
don't-
line?
it
The
doesn't
person who
sound
helps
like something
others
that would be
simply because
spoken
it
in a
should or
live
must
Sounds
be
like one of
done
the
because it is the right thing to
narrators
do
speaking
Yeah,
in
and that's what I'm saying.
Spider-Verse.
Like, it
Without a
doesn't-
doubt,
and it's nothing
a real
against it.
superhero.
It sounds like something
Spider-Man 3.
Looking for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
that
So that was
it feels
question
like,
4.
and this
Here
is
is
not
your
a
final
knock, but something
question
that an
here,
animated
Saul.
movie can put in there that means something.
Saul, who has a cameo as a snooty theater usher in Spider-Man 2?
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
2 more points. So Saul
Don't even
sees
remember
himself now
that part.
13-7. Brandon
God, I
Hanna
need to
capitalized
rewatch the
on the 2
Spider-Man
misses,
movies.
but Saul did miss twice.
Especially the original.
And Brandon
The
Hanna.
original.
is
Yeah, that's what I
trying
mean,
to
the
spin now.
originals.
So 13-7.
I
Saul
forgot
still
the
has a
other
pretty
two.
nice lead here going into Brandon Hanna's spin. All right, we're going to remove Saul and bring in Chris TV. All right. Chris, 60
Hey!
seconds.
Yay! Look at her,
How
all
you doing,
dolled up.
Brandon?
She's looking
I'm
all
doing all
PJ-fied
right.
too
Saul's
with the
making
background.
a lot of mistakes, but I'm not capitalizing, which is getting under my skin. But it's okay. We're gonna.
Yeah,
That's
Brandon
right.
could have such a
Right.
lead
You
right
didn't
now if
spin
he
that.
capitalized.
Right. You're not in charge of getting those questions. That's not your spin. You're fine. Saul is good. And so are you. And you don't have anything to prove. We know what you're capable of. You know what you're capable of. You've already done this before. So just trust your knowledge, trust your ability, trust the math when we spin this wheel.
Definitely, I got the power of Jacoby running through my veins. I can feel it.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. So now here is the spin by Brandon Hanna. And the wheel is up, and here's the first spin by the Hitman.
Jesse.
Yeah, I would say
This
comic book
is in,
movies for
Christian.
myself. Maybe
Thank
sci-fi
I need
fantasy.
to get you one
That's
of those
something I
shirts
also
pretty soon.
gravitate towards.
It's going to land on
Not
DC,
DC,
films.
not
60
Middle
seconds to
Earth.
decide if you want DC.
I
How you
think we
feeling,
talked about this. I like this category, but I think we could do better.
Yep.
So,
Yep. I'm all about it. This is our chance to get some points on the board. So whatever you think is going to give you the most points.
Let's give it another go.
Give me
So
Wizarding
you're
World.
She's
Hitman,
actually
whatever he
doing
gets,
pretty good
he's
as the
gotta take.
manager right now.
Now, she would be a
Hannah's
fantastic
prepared.
manager.
Yeah.
He knows what to do. The good strategies in
He's
place.
talking him through it pretty well.
Well, that is what he's trying to. He spun
I
close
wonder
to
if
DC,
Brandon
and it was
chose
away from
to-
DC, and it's going to land on
Hey.
scores and
Ah,
soundtracks.
yeah,
Scores
yeah,
and soundtracks. All right, so that's what Brandon Hanna.
There are so many
is going to find himself at
composers
scores
in
and
this
soundtracks.
genre.
All right, Ken.
like-
so they are back, and now there are 5 questions for the Hitman. Here we go.
That's right. 5 questions, category of scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for 2004's Catwoman?
Timer. There it is.
I'll go
Danny
with my
Elfman.
choice on that one, please.
A. Klaus Badelt.
Damn it.
B. Elliot.
I'll go
James
John
Hall.
Ottman.
C.
I'll go James
John
Newton
Ottman.
Howard.
D. James Newton Howard.
Can I get one free repeat of those, please?
Oh, the choices? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
All right. A. Klaus Badelt.
The only name I know
B.
is James
Elliot
Newton Howard.
Goldenthal. C.
I've heard of John Ottman.
D.
Oh, I have.
James
Now that you say that, I
Newton
have heard of
Howard.
John Ottman.
Klaus Badelt.
That's correct for a point.
Okay.
All right, so Brandon Hanna used
Both multiple choices we've had so far,
the
Brian.
choices there.
The
Now
answer
you
is
get the
A.
second one here. Second question.
Good to know.
Well played. All right. In what Harry Potter film will you find the songs "Do the Hippogriff" and
What?
"Magic Works"?
What?
Oh, that's
Performed by the
Goblet of
band
Fire.
Weird Sisters.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
That is 2 points.
I want to see what
Presentation
Do the
already
Hippogriff
knows that.
hippogriff dance looks like.
Well, all
That's what I
right.
want to see.
Hanna within 3 now.
It's the
say
winter
again?
ball,
Hanna
the
is-
Yule
is
ball.
within 3 points.
It's
Oh,
the guy,
that's right,
the
there's a game
guy
on it.
singing. That's the only reason I
I
knew
was just
that.
having fun talking Harry Potter. With
He literally, I
Brandon
think,
Hanna.
says, "Do
All
the
right, Question
Hippogriff."
3. Who composed the score for the films R.I.P.D., Red,
Oh
and
man.
Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Oh my
Michael
god. What is-
Giacchino.
No, it's what's his name?
Five.
I can't.
Four.
Do a
No.
repeat, please.
That's first one.
What is his name?
Who composed the score for the films R.I.P.D.?
I want to say it's like
Red,
Chris
and
something.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Is it?
Christoph Beck.
Ah!
That's correct. For
Damn
2 points.
Oh, man.
Oh, big
He
pull
can
by
take
Hanna.
the
He finds
lead.
himself now within 1. Should he hit this with a 2-pointer, he'll take his first lead. Here is the question.
All right, question 4 out of 5. In
Bye, Jesse.
2004's The Punisher, country music star Mark Coley's character Harry Heck plays what song on his guitar to Frank Castle inside the diner?
Devil Goes Down to
Multiple
Georgia.
choice, please.
That is a tough question.
A, In Time. B, Hurt.
Still running.
C,
Stop.
Still
That's what I
Running.
was thinking,
D,
too.
The End
I'll
Has
go
Come.
D.
Still running.
The end has come.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Incorrect, Saul.
Come
Here's the question
on, give me
and
that
the answers
C.
here. In
Give me that C.
2004's The Punisher, country music star Mark Coley's character Harry Heck
Such a
plays what
mouthful
song on
of
his
question.
guitar to Frank Castle inside the diner? A, In Time. B, Hurt. C, Still
Watch,
Running.
Brian. It's going to
D,
be A
The End
because
Has
A
Come.
is the winner of today.
Probably.
A, In Time.
Oh my god.
That's correct for 1 point.
Oh, my. Why didn't we
Steal
just say A just because?
Big steal by Saul. Gets himself back to a
Oh,
2-point lead. So
Jesus.
now Brandon Hanna can tie the game should he hit 2
Come on,
points
Hannah.
here.
Oh, he can tell.
Or he'll
Okay,
find
sweet. I
himself
thought that
down
was.
going
No, he has one- yeah, he has
into
one
round
last one.
number
One
3.
left.
All right, Ken, here's the final question. For
Come
Brandon
on,
Hanna.
Hannah.
Fifth and final question, Brandon Hanna. Which Star Trek composer also wrote music
Oh.
for 1987 Superman: The Quest for Peace?
No clue.
Come on. He knows Star Trek.
He does. Star Trek's one of his things.
Jerry Goldsmith.
That is incorrect. Saul.
Oh, no. Saul knows it,
Yeah, he knows
too.
Star
it.
Trek
He does.
composer also wrote music for 1987's Superman: The Quest for Peace.
Alexander
Brandon.
Courage.
That is correct for a 2
Damn it.
steal.
Massive steal by Saul.
Wait.
Yeah?
You said Star Trek Alexander Courage?
Yep.
The question was, what Star Trek composer also wrote music for 1987 Superman: The Quest for Peace?
Alexander Courage wrote the theme. He wrote the theme to Star Trek.
Let's. Are you looking to challenge, Brandon?
I don't know. Because when I hear that, I think which composer, and he's not billed as composing any of the Star Trek movies.
His music is credited in numerous Star Trek films.
I'll wait until there's an official challenge before you challenge back. So, Brandon, do you want to challenge?
Yeah, why not? I probably won't get another challenge.
Right. Brandon and Christy, your argument.
Yeah, if it's just the theme, I would think the composer would be that when you list the credits, it's for that specific movie. So maybe the theme would be something different. So,
Kate, install your counter.
If he is credited in the movie, then
I'm
there's
with
not
Kate. I
actually
think
a
if he's
challenge.
credited, it's not an
The
argument.
Star Trek theme by Alexander Courage
But I think
is
what
credited
Brandon
in
is-
multiple Star Trek films.
I get what Brandon's saying.
So do I. But this is also a situation like Solo, where John Williams did just the Solo theme, but then Powell did the rest of the film. He did everything else but the Solo theme.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
basically what it sounds like.
All right,
it's
we are
kind of
back
like
and we have our ruling.
John
Ken,
Williams
what's the-
doing the Harry Potter main,
All right,
and then
I love
Exactly, that's
breaking
what I'm saying,
hearts. I got
exactly,
two to
exactly.
possibly
Yeah.
break here. And
So I
after,
understand what he's saying, but if he's credited,
over
it's not a
cellular
question. Like,
telephone, it was a great conversation.
doesn't-
We caught
it doesn't
up. It was
matter.
a good time. But we also determined that though the challenge was understandable from Brandon in the sense of he wanted some clarity in the question. When you look at the research, Alexander Courage is listed on literally every Star Trek movie, TV show as
I get it.
composer and additional.
we've talked about it multiple times. If you have the challenge,
hold the decision.
do it. Might as well.
Yeah, you never know.
And
That's
with
a
that,
good
Brandon
gamble
has
one, but
lost
you know it
his
happens.
challenge,
Absolutely.
And
That's
Saul
what you gotta
will
use it
go into
for.
round.
I also love
number
the fact that
3
every time we
with a
challenge,
4-point
Christian makes
lead. It is
his
Saul 16 to
his
Hannah's
co-host
12.
do
Okay.
the challenge.
So, Ken, we are at round number 3. What are the rules?
What are the rules? Indeed, we need a series of numbers from each of you competitors. These numbers will range from 1
Mick,
through
I hate to break it to you,
16.
but that
We need
won't
3
happen
different
for a
numbers
little
from
bit,
each
just
of you,
because
each
you're going
number,
to
of
wreck
course,
shop, and
corresponds
the
to a
rest of
unique
us will look
category
like
of
chumps.
inner geekdom movie
And not to
trivia
mention,
Schmoedown knowledge.
none
Your
of
first
us are
question
Star
is
Trek
worth 2
people,
points.
so we
Second
have to
question
go
is 3
through those
points, and
movies
your
to
third
watch.
Well,
question,
I'm a
to
Star
make
Trek
it
fan,
far
but I'm not a
sounds like a threat,
nerd for
is
Star Trek.
worth 5
Like, I'm not a
points.
Trekkie.
Any
You-
GT rules and
You
challenges
know
you
enough
left
questions
are
of
still
the originals before
All right,
the
so-
three
but what I would
JJs
do
to write?
is- I
Saul,
would
you
just
do have
watch
the
it.
lead. You got 3
Yeah,
numbers.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I've seen them all, but I haven't seen them like numerous times.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. And Hannah.
4, 8, and 15.
Oh, I thought it was
4,
4, 5, 6.
8,
Damn it.
15 for Hannah. All right. So with that, we are going to remove Hannah and bring in Kate. All right, Kate, 60 seconds starting now.
I should have cleaned up my
Here's the
bedroom
comeback,
before I
Ryan.
did this. Oh, sorry about that. Saul, you are.
Maybe if I had
it's
Wizarding World.
It's a good.
What kind of
will say-
wizarding
that's a solid
question?
It's
I
a
will
good question.
say,
So here's the challenge.
I
is
expect
right
an
now,
answer, but
if we're gonna
Brandon
miss,
is in
it's
TKO
because you don't
range.
know it, not because we answered too quickly. Because at
Yeah,
this point, we don't have the benefits
if
of
he
the
loses this
So right
match,
now, you're gonna have to be. You're gonna. I want you to use
it's kind of on
all
him.
15, all 10,
He
whatever
had
it is. Seconds
plenty of chances to have
answer
a
those questions.
massive
You look
lead.
beautiful out there, my man. I can tell you're right in the right spot. How are you feeling?
I'm as good as I'm gonna be.
Okay, so let's just.
I can't
let's
wait for
note
Jurassic
this,
Park
okay? Take
trivia.
your time because
It's gonna be fun.
I don't want. I
It's
don't
gonna be fun.
want,
I'm having a good
you
time
to know
writing
something and
the
say the wrong
questions.
thing.
It's
I
fun.
want you
And
to
being that it's only 3
say the
movies,
right
it's a little
thing
more
because
difficult.
You know I already have
just take the
questions,
time and
right?
You need no JTs
I know.
left, so
Oh, okay.
whatever it is.
But I also,
We're
I
leading
feel
by
like you
4.
should play, Brian, because you do have questions.
Thank you, Kate. And now we're going to bring in
I like
stars.
being a reader, though.
All right, Christy, you got 60 seconds starting now.
Okay, so he's leading by 4, but you can beat him by answering a 5, which means then he would have to answer questions, and he's never answered a round 3 question correctly. So history is on our side here. So I'm not really worried about it because you can answer round 3 questions because you've done that before. Like you've answered all of them. So
Yeah,
I'm not really worried.
He's certainly not hit a 5 before. I've overcome a larger deficit.
Brian Ward, I will
than
write that
before.
trivia if you are serious.
I wasn't as sharp in that round 2.
Brian, you're more than welcome to come to these.
Let's see how Saul does in round 3.
Well,
Yeah, and you
you'd
have 2
only
of your
want in on
repeats
Star
left,
Wars.
So use your time. You got this.
You don't know that.
Maybe we should have Molly write the Star Wars and we all play.
Thank you so much. This
No, I want to have fun.
All right, so we're going to start
Chuck,
here
never
with
say never.
Brandon and Hannah. Brandon, you chose category 4. It's going to start you out with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Jesus.
Here you go.
Okay.
Brandon, who voices Leonardo in
Alan Richmond.
2014's
Nope.
Teenage
Johnny
Mutant
Knoxville.
Ninja Turtles?
I literally have no idea.
Johnny Knoxville.
2 points. Brandon Hanna. Has now
I just know Alan
two
Richmond's in
points
one of
within
them.
2. So he's gotta hit his
Richmond?
three-pointer
Isn't that his name?
And he
No,
chose
Alan
category
Richson is in
8,
both of them as
and that would
Raphael.
be DC films.
Richmond.
No,
DC
Richson.
for Brandon
Rich-
Hanna.
Oh.
All right, Brandon Hanna for 3
Whatever.
points. In Catwoman, Patience Phillips works in what department of the cosmetics company Adair Beauty?
Nails.
Makeup.
Well, cosmetics is makeup, right? Nails. I'm gonna say
Perfume.
nails.
I'll say perfume.
Perfume.
Oh,
Looking for the art.
oh,
Damn
art.
it.
Art.
I was
So
about to get.
interesting situation at
I was
the
about to
moment.
get so excited.
Brandon Hanna hits it. He forces Saul.
All right, now he has to
some
answer a
questions in the
this
third
isn't
round.
looking
However,
good.
if not, Saul will have his
Come
third
on, Hannah.
KO and move on.
Come
to
on,
the
Hannah.
Third round. Brandon
Make
Hanna
Saul answer
chose
some
category
questions.
15, my friend. Transformers is your question here.
For a
5-point
5.
question.
Oh,
Here it is.
ow. It's going to be a who?
In
Which character?
Transformers, The Last Night, what is the name of Isabella's
Oh,
my God,
small
why do I know
robotic
this?
friend?
It's
It's
not
Squeak.
Frenzy, is it?
It's Squeaks.
You're right.
It's Squeaks.
You're right.
Why do I know that?
Because we have no lives.
5.
I'll do a repeat.
All right, second one.
Come
for
on,
the
Hannah.
Hitman. In Transformers, The Last Night, what is the name of Isabella's small robotic friend? Five.
I'll do a repeat.
Last one.
Is it Squeak?
In Transformers, The Last
It has an
Night,
S, right?
what is the name
I
of
don't know.
Isabella's small robotic friend? Time clock. Five.
Sebastian.
Salt. Oh no.
And your winner by way of technical knockout.
All right, so we need a round 3. We have a 1 and a 1.
Does
We
it?
do have a 1
He
and a 1.
beats his arch nemesis with a TKO.
Wow.
Saul has done it. What a victory by Saul. It was 3 different locations in order to do it, but he did it.
I am
Both
definitely
races.
surprised that he got TKO.
Saul has-
I'm definitely surprised.
Oh,
he
me
got
too.
TKO.
All right. So
he
we are
did
now
not play
going to
his
move
best match
Saul
for sure.
He absolutely did
Kate
not.
into
Yeah.
the winner's circle with Jen Sturger. Ken, so that was a hell of a match there for
Yeah,
Saul.
the
and it
Den
was
gets
going
some
back
much
and
unit
forth.
points,
They were
and
like,
the
it
Stars
was
lose
just
the
2
point, and
guys
they are not
scrapping
going in
and
the right
fighting,
direction.
And it
Nope.
was that round
They are
2,
not
that
going in the right
Spider-Man
direction.
round.
And
What
Chrissy
was
V
so
is
interesting
0-1
about
as
that
a
round is it
manager.
looked like Saul had
Oh,
missed-
stop.
If Brandon Hanna capitalizes on that Spider-Man,
giving her
it's
a
a
hard
very
time.
different game.
She did great
Saul left
though.
the
I mean,
front
she
door open,
killed
which
it.
is
No,
also
she's
where we
great.
were
She
running
is
in and
great.
out of to
Yeah,
get
she
better
killed it.
internet. And I thought Brandon Hanna played a great game and some strategy. Maybe he got in his head. He did admit, and Jen's going to ask better questions than I could ever about what was going on in his head. I think he's a talented competitor. Entire match.
Not tied at 1-1. I'm sure this is not the last time we'll see these two tangle, but it will be the last time we see them tangle in the tournament because Saul is now moving on to face either Chance Ellison or Moose Haas. But
Oh,
more on that and
Good
a lot
freaking
other
luck. That's going to be a
that's
Jen
bloodbath.
Sturger,
Wow.
Saul and Kate Mullen.
Saul, it's so good to see you.
I would want
especially
no
back
part
in
of
the
that.
winners column.
know.
The last time I spoke with you, obviously, things looked a little bit different. What does this win mean to you today?
Not much. It was just another day at work, and that's all it was. I went. I got home from Los Angeles after the Moses match, and I went right back to work. And today is no different than that Monday where I picked myself up and just reinventing my product. You have. This was just another. It was a good day at work. That's all it was.
I like the sound of that. Kate, you've got to be
Yes.
feeling pretty good about this, especially, like I said, the fact that it was against Brandon Hanna and
Yeah, we've
It's gotta
seen
be a
we've
good
seen a lot of
moral
that,
victory
Leo.
today.
You know, he's
Yeah, I mean,
he had again, that
Hannah's
zipper
credit,
match
he
was
was
kind
very
of like an
patient with the
anomaly where how
technical
well he
difficulties
did in the
we
third
were
round. He
having
put
today,
zipper on
and
the
I
on the
actually thank
brink,
everybody,
but
the crew,
he
everybody
struggles in the
for
back
bearing
end
with
of the
us on
match,
that.
and it's
Group
hurting
of
him,
professionals
hurting him
here.
real bad.
A lot
What
of
I
people
will
are
say is
struggling with
like,
that
yeah,
third round
you know,
this year.
when Saul doesn't have to
Well,
answer
we
round
Saul
3
struggled with
questions,
the
he
third
doesn't have
round.
the opportunity
Yeah.
to get them
He hasn't
right.
had to do it much, so he
sorry,
struggled
I'm
the
gonna
one
prove
time
that
he
you
got
didn't
it.
get round 3 questions
Yeah.
right too today. But no, this is the Saul. This is the Saul. I knew him last year. This is the guy that I thought was going to beat Hanna last year. This is the guy that did it this year instead. This
Good point
is the
as
guy.
well.
This is the guy.
That was
that
very,
people
very
are
early on in
excited
their
about. This is the
careers.
guy I've
There's
been
good points,
excited about.
Dalton.
The amount of work that this man has put into this, and you can listen. You can talk all you want about how he takes it so seriously. You're welcome. He takes it that seriously, because then we get a match like this. Then we get a match where he's making steals left and right, where he's tied at the beginning, and then suddenly he's got a 4-point lead, and the next thing you know, it's a TKO. So you're welcome that the man takes it this seriously, and this is why. It's because
Saul
of
has 3
victories like
TKOs this year, right?
You know, you
The
said
real
you can
rejects
talk
and
all
now
you
Brandon
want.
Hanna?
Well, Brandon obviously did.
That sounds
he
right.
talked a
Yeah.
lot. You stayed quiet.
That's
Is this
insane.
a
He's played
new
4 matches, and 3
thing
of
for
them, the
Saul?
3
Like,
wins
is
are
it less about the
TKOs.
Saul show
Wow.
in terms of entertainment
Wow.
value and more just about getting work done?
Absolutely not.
Later, Selvin.
This was
Later,
me
man.
Bye,
telling
Selvin.
you want me to knock people out, I can knock them out. I can go and get my knuckles dirty. I can go 15 rounds if you want. There's not a type of fight in the Schmoedown I can't come in and win.
This
all
would
this
be
was, I was clipping the Deviant
amazing.
timeline. I should have never lost to Brandon Hanna last year. It was a fluke. Everyone who pays attention to the
Yukon
Schmoedown
Cornelius
knows it
if
was
you
a
don't
fluke.
know who
And
he's
all I
talking
did was
about.
remind everyone of
No
that.
idea.
We're now back on the real prime timeline, and the Saul show is going network. It's going to go bigger than ever. This was just a really good day at work, and I need to thank each and every one of you who are still tuned in, who still are paying a subscription to Prime Saul Show, all right? Because you're going to get a lot more of it. I'm just getting started. Thank you for your patience, by the way, everyone today. And Jen, it looks like you're feeling better. I hope you are.
She looked
Baby
good.
steps every day, man. Baby steps every day. I appreciate that a lot.
Tell me about it.
So now you get to round 2. You're either going to face Moose or Chance. Is there a preference there for you at all, or is it just kind of like put whatever in front of you?
I like the idea of what Chance Ellison the idea of being able to step in with a colossal heavyweight like a Chance Ellison and push myself.
That he would want
and
Chance.
see what that brings
Yeah.
out of me is a very exciting proposition. I will not sleep on Moose, especially if he gets past Chance Ellison. That I'm not sleeping on him already, but if he does that, I'll tip my cap to him. But Chance Ellison, that's a draw right there. Saul versus Ellison, in my opinion. So I would love to meet Chance at the table.
I think a lot of people out there are clamoring for that same matchup. So congratulations on a great win today. Like I said,
Hey,
best of luck
Moose.
to you in the tournament.
Moose
and
is
can't
no
wait to see
slouch.
what you guys come up with.
That guy's
You have no idea how much that means to me.
Thank you
No,
so
he's very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
So
I mean,
obviously,
he almost beat him on.
very, very
Yeah.
happy Saul beats Brandon.
You know, he more power to you.
That if he steals one of those questions, it's a very
Tough loss.
Oh,
Tough. The second interview.
Jen Sturger right now. Jen.
Brandon, the second interview is obviously the hardest always. Tough loss today. Where do you feel like this really went off the rails? I'm assuming you're going to say round 2. I mean, besides all the technical glitches, which, by the way, hats off to both of you for staying in that match, because I know that stuff like that, I can only imagine how rattling it is.
Yeah, well, now I've officially had more second interviews than first interviews in Intergeekdom, so that's
Oh,
fun.
no.
But yeah, this was an interesting match. This was a tough match. Saul won. He beat me, but I mean, I don't think he played well. I just think I played worse. There was 3 points of steals
I
opportunities.
kind of
from him in round
don't
2 that I couldn't capitalize
disagree.
on. He
I mean,
capitalized on mine.
yeah, because Saul
I really
didn't
think
play
that's
great
what it
in
came down
Spider-Man.
to, is you said it
Yeah.
yourself.
He didn't play
you
like
kind of-
perfect in
you kind of
Spider-Man,
outplayed
so
yourself by
it's
not
very fair to say that
capitalizing on his
Brandon
mistakes,
lost
those
the match rather
opportunities
than
that you
Saul
had
winning the
to
match.
get points on the board.
For sure. If I can capitalize, like Christian said, like you just said, it's a totally different game.
Leo,
I studied really hard for this
I don't
match.
know.
I had
It's
a lot of friends in my corner.
It's a
of the
hard
screen and was
thing
there
to
for
think
me
about
every single night
IG
while I'm sitting in
being
front of the
without
TV and the
Brandon
computer,
Hanna.
cramming
But at the
trivia
same
facts
time,
into my brain.
you know, we saw
I had all the
what
support in the world.
we've seen
It
multiple
just-
players in the past when they let
it
something go and
sucks when
focus
the
on
questions
one,
don't
or
fall
they
your
kind of
way.
change
I play a
things
lot of
up.
the other matches when
That
the
they kind of
questions do fall my
thrive.
way, I
Like,
feel so confident.
Well, what is he going
I
to
did
focus
a
on? Singles?
Transformers the last night
singles or
question for your
teams?
5
Yeah,
pointer.
singles or
God bless
teams. I
Saul,
mean,
he knew it. I didn't. It was awful.
this isn't like the
So-
best example, but
It just comes
his
down to
teammate
bad
Janine,
luck. It seems a
look what
lot
she was
more
doing.
than it should.
You know, she
but,
changed things up a few
you know,
years ago. She did an IG match last year, kind of got a different
You know,
outlook.
what, do you think that you
And
might
then
have
she started
moved
playing great in
past Saul,
singles.
especially after his
Like maybe
last
just
performance, or do
a
you think
quick
you
switch,
underestimated him in your preparation?
flipped the switch a little bit
I don't
for
think
her,
so.
enough
I've
to
always known
kind of
Saul was a
refresh
threat.
and
You
rethink.
know, it's my job to come up here and belittle him.
But I think
and
IG's I think
small
IG
and
is his best
act like
division. He
this is
just
going to be a walk in the park, but I'm not.
he just needs to tighten some
underestimating any
things
of my
up. I think
components,
that's the case. He really needs to
like,
tighten
ever.
some things
It's
up.
just- this is my job to do that, to be a representative of the stars. Christy represented me so well today, represented the faction so well today as my manager.
Yeah,
she made me laugh.
Chrissy
She
did
kept
great.
me calm,
She did
cool,
great.
collected.
Mhm.
Questions didn't fall my way, but you know, I never underestimated Saul.
Ah, there he
First time
Yay!
managing. How did that feel?
Good.
A little bit different?
Yeah,
Like
it's
I
so much
said,
nicer when
it's
the
hard to see
pressure is
IG
not
without
on you to
Brandon.
like
It really
remember
is.
Inception and funny
Good.
people. Also, it's
I
nice
didn't
when the
even
questions
wanna-
are,
You know what even
being
makes me
asked
more
of me,
excited
and I can just pay
is
attention to the game.
IG,
And,
Brandon
you know,
Hanna,
I
in next year's
Did you feel
format.
like you learned anything from that manager's perspective that you can
Oh,
take
that's
into
gonna
your,
be
into your life as a competitor
fun.
moving forward?
Yeah, just staying focused, keeping your head in the game, and just you can't let stuff build up. First round is first round, second round is second round, and anything can happen at any point in the game. And you just have to stay focused and keep your head in the game. And if the questions fall your way, you can win. You can beat anybody on any given day if the questions fall your way.
Brandon, while you're here,
Well, Hannah,
send Brian Ward some glow up
Take
pictures.
aside your rivalry
Yeah.
from Saul.
Um,
He's gonna have to face.
Seriously.
You
Chance
deserve it.
Cruz.
You worked hard for it.
Now that you're
Glow
gonna be
up.
just watching the rest of the tournament, do you have any wagers on who might win that match?
Between Saul and the winner of that, I don't know. Chance of Moose is going to be tough, but whoever ends up playing Saul's going to have his work cut out for him. Those are two competitors you cannot give up 3 potential steal points against. You can give them up to me and still walk away with a TKO, but I don't think with Chance or Moose. So he's going to have to really, I think, hunker down. And if you got to go to multiple choice for all 5 questions, go for all 5 questions, but do not give up those steals against competitors like that. Hey, I know I just gave up 3 myself. So.
But hey, look at it this way: if Saul goes all the way, then you can be like, you know what? I lost to the guy that won the whole thing. So
I mean,
it
that
really
happened
is a good
last
feeling to
year
say
with
that.
the teams tournament with the odd couple. I still get no
Mm.
respect in teams. So, it is what it is.
Oh, tough loss today, man. But always pleasure seeing you, and you'll bounce back from this, no doubt.
Thanks. Pleasure seeing you as well.
Take it easy, guys.
See you, Jen.
All right, Ken. So obviously,
There it is.
Brandon Hanna.
Saul taking the dub today, getting a victory over Mr. Brandon Hanna. But a well-fought match, and like you said, it was definitely Brandon's loss today, not Saul's victory. He gave us some steals, missed some questions, probably rethought some questions after writing some stuff down. But a great match overall. I mean, like you said, Brian, it's a 1-1 record between the two of them now. We got to see that third match. We got to see that rubber match.
Yeah. Both of them, I feel like, didn't play their best game. Like, they both are very good competitors.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason in there in the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. They both seem to be having like off days type, like it was like an off day type match for them. Saul, I mean, we know plays very well. Brandon plays very well. With those two, you don't see a lot of missed steals or chances to steal a point and you just have to guess. Like those are things we don't see very often from those two. So yeah, questions were, I mean, for me, scores and soundtracks is like one of the last things I'd ever
It's
watch.
a very, very hard category.
Yeah.
It's a very hard category.
I'm putting that up with, for me, like Lord of the Rings, like stuff like that. I mean, You figure there's almost 300 IG movies. That's a lot of people. Granted, I know some of them are going to be doing the same thing, but guess what? Some of them are going to be doing the same thing as well as other things, as well as other things. So it gets a little convoluted in scores and soundtracks. So no, thank you. That is a category I would steer far away from. And it's funny because Saul almost got Mixed Bag, which is the other one that you're just like, no thanks. So, but yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Hanna now has quite a while to study and prepare for next year. His season is officially over. We will not see him in either the teams or the singles tournament. That is official. And like we mentioned, the format for next year leaves open a ton of possibilities for him and his character and the way he plays the game. It worked for him before. It could work again. And we're going to be excited to see what happens with him after a couple months of preparation. As for Saul, he's moving on to round 2. A lot would say that it's probably the choice that many were going to be making, the one they expected to see. He was just in a number 1 contenders match, but now he has a very, very tough test against him, whether it's Chance or Moose. They're both very strong IG competitors. Obviously, Chance won the tournament last year, and it was a bigger tournament last year. But Moose has proved twice that he is a very, very strong Intergeekdom player. He can easily make an upset against Chance if you do call it an upset. But yeah, Saul's going to be waiting to see who he's playing, and no matter who it is, that's going to be a very tough match for him to overcome.
Yeah, definitely 2 people you don't take lightly. And that's coming from someone that Moose hasn't even played that many like Chance.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to see either of those if I'm in the bracket.
Yeah, it's definitely
sorry, I was gonna say, but Saul wants Chance.
He wants the hardest road possible. It
Yeah.
makes sense, right? You want to be able to face the best on your way to victory, and it makes sense. If you lose to the best, you tip your cap, you're like, hey, bravo. But and I'm not saying Moose isn't the best. Like if Moose beats Chance, then he's the best, right? He's better. But it's definitely the harder side of the bracket. So it'll be very interesting either way. It's going to be very good. That match is going to be really, really good to see. A couple people in the chat are saying it. Yes, the question writers have been awesome lately, as all year long. Some of the questions they come up with are pretty crazy. They wrinkle in some questions throughout the rounds, and it's been great so far. And can't wait to see what they do for the rest of tournament season as well. As for tomorrow, Brian Nussbaum, yes, we will be back. We will be back for a reaction tomorrow. Jill should be with us. Some things happen with work and stuff sometimes, so we'll see, but she should be here, and we'll be reacting. It is Liz Shen Miller and David Del Rio in the singles tournament. The first match from the left side of the bracket that we will be seeing, and it's going to be a good one. I have no doubt about that. So we'll be back here 6 o'clock.
Go make your brackets that Jake made a graphic for.
Yeah, it's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. Thank you to everyone who has been doing it. Just go ahead and put it in. You guys can even make it easy and just put an ultimate winner instead of doing every single one. But I appreciate all of you who have been doing it. It's been fun to see, just to kind of have the brackets, see everyone's opinion. A lot of people have Dan Murrow winning, which I know it's hard to bet against, but there's a lot of players in this.
He is not in an easy quadrant in the slightest.
No, he's not.
If he wins, he is going to have worked for that. According not to Jake, though, because he's.
I'm sorry, I just like right
yawn.
Well, we will. By the way, since now that we do have officially the whole list of singles players, we will make our predictions for winner of the tournament on Sunday's show. We'll wait for Jill and Molly to make a prediction on that.
We don't do predictions like that.
Ryan Ward, I mean, if you want to pawn it off to me, I'm more than happy to make it. That was fun. Not a bad time.
I gave him the idea.
Yeah, hey, but if you really want me to make some brackets, send me some team info. I'll make a team one too. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap up today's reaction. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 o'clock Pacific, to talk Liz Shannon Miller, David Del Rio. Thank you to everyone who joins us every single day, every single week. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night, and thanks again, guys. See you later.
See ya.